Hey, I'm Val and I do the stupidest challenges known to man, and while doing such challenges, I've had the opportunity more than enough times to do something thought impossible, and it happened more times than it should. And yes, the title says part 1. I would not be surprised if I continue to break these games down to the atoms that hold them together. Trust me, some things on this list you will be surprised by, as I am the one and only person to do everything on this list, and I can guarantee you that is a fact. Yes, this is basically an advertisement, but when someone earns a trophy, they show it off. That's basically what I'm doing. To start off with something relatively small and simple, nothing too crazy, I beat the part in Batman Arkham Asylum where you're supposed to defend the Batmobile like it was a Predator section. I took all of them out with silent takedowns, without any of them getting a glimpse at Batman, despite it being a regular combat encounter. And yes, it only took a few hours to finally do, but hey, at least I somehow made the background music line up completely by accident. There were a couple other encounters I did like this, however this was by far the most notable, as it paved the way for the rest of the "Can you beat Batman Arkham Asylum without being seen?" challenge.
They will eventually lose their aggro, and because of this, they won't return to their usual positions and instead wander around aimlessly. So this was the plan. Move to this spot precisely, as you can throw a batarang from this spot and they can't see you or reach you. Wait for the aggro to disappear, and then wait for an absurdly long time for them to eventually be alone in a good spot, usually behind this building, and strike. And I mean a long time. I was slowly losing my sanity just waiting and doing nothing. It took almost 30 minutes for me to be able to take out just one thug without being seen. This is the sped up footage. Yeah, it was this long and boring just waiting. But you could help mitigate that boredom by joining me live. I stream all my challenges on both YouTube and Twitch. YouTube on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and Twitch on the weekdays when I have the time. Thankfully, it only took another 15 minutes to get the next thug. Another absurdly long and boring 30 minutes for the third.
Please hurry up, please hurry up, please hurry up, please hurry up, please hurry up.
Another 10 minutes for the fourth. Then, thankfully, the last two were taken out easily due to being far apart. This one section almost being the breaking point for the challenge, but I persevered, hence why you're watching this video now. Now with the Batmobile saved,
Moving on to something a little more challenging, I beat the entirety of Batman Arkham City without exceeding a combo over 1. This includes Ra's al Ghul, Grundy, the Ninjas, and Catwoman's DLC, and Harley Quinn's Revenge DLC. The entire game from start to finish without exceeding a combo of 1, and Ra's only took 3 hours to finally defeat. Probably one of the worst gaming experiences in my whole life. I doubt I'll ever do anything harder than that. It truly was a nightmare and a feat nobody should have to go through. But if you're up to an insanely difficult challenge, give it a try. You'll most likely be the second person ever after me to finally do it. Another small thing I did was beat the world record for the lowest amount of punches needed to beat Batman Arkham Asylum without glitches, and I plan on doing it again with City because I already have a plan on how exactly to do it. Once again, beat the world record for lowest amount of punches without glitches, so stay tuned for that. As for Origins and Night, I don't have enough experience with both of those games to be able to confidently give an answer. However, I wouldn't be surprised if I find a glitch-free way to do it once again. Onto a more stupid one. In my Literally Just a Man series, I end up doing a lot of stupid things in order to try to save a single glide or single grapple use, and I tend to put a little too much effort into it at times, as in Arkham Origins. After literally banging my head against a wall, I was able to save exactly 1 grapple in this room. Not sure what this room is called, but it was basically the definition of insanity, except I did end up getting a different result in the end, so I guess it wasn't insanity since I was able to get it to work. Another one thought to be impossible is beating the entirety of Killer Croc without shocking him, as you kinda need to in order to progress. However, I was able to do it in less than 20 minutes, though I did die quite a lot of times, Killer Croc only having to suffer the fate of falling into the endless pit.
Yeah, I was actually surprised you could do it.
A non-Arkham related one, I was able to prove the absolute lowest amount of paint and thinner needed to be Epic Mickey rebrushed. I know most people here don't care, however it was another challenge I am very proud of the results of, as it was almost cut in half the amount I thought originally needed. From like over 100 to like 64. It was fantastic. Another race related one, while less impressive, it too took way longer than it should have, and that was beating the entire fight, other than the intermissions where you have to use the ret gun, while only using beatdown combo on every single ninja and Raish himself. It wasn't fun, but it was 100% worth it. Another impressive feat was having way too much patience, where I skipped the whole underground fight of 16 thugs. If you jump out of the vent at just the absolute perfectly precise time, you can hide and immediately open the door and run out without any of them being able to stop you. But it's also just not worth it to keep trying over and over and over unless you specifically are doing it for a challenge. It is stupid. Another vent related one, in the very first steel mill fight, I was able to find a way to leave the vent unseen, and from here, take out all of them without them knowing Batman was taking out their friends. Still not sure how I pulled this off, but it was amazing to do live. Oh hey, and if you're new here, I stream almost all of my challenges live. Some smaller ones I don't, but most are done live, so feel free to stop by if you see them live. Staying on the topic of not being seen, I was able to do over 40 traditional combat encounters without any of the thugs getting a glimpse at Batman. And yes, it took almost 30 hours to do all this. It was very, very tedious and something no one should ever do in their whole life, which is why I did it, so nobody else has to go through the hell of stupid Arkham challenges. I also softlocked myself a few times in Arkham Knight by complete accident. I was trying to see how many grapples and glides it takes to beat the game, and during the stealth tutorial, I got Batman stuck in the wrong area around 3 times, each time forcing me to reset to the last checkpoint, as there was no other way to progress. It was just too far away and in the wrong spot to be able to throw batarangs like the game wanted me to. While not impossible, in my beatdown only run, I also did every single Predator section with only beatdowns, and it was surprisingly far more effective than you'd imagine. While I was shot a lot, whenever one was alone, they were disposed of extremely quickly, making Predator sections a breeze. Honestly, it's so much faster and easier to just not use stealth in these games. The thugs go down sometimes in less than a minute, meanwhile when you do use stealth, it can take several minutes just to take down one that is away from the rest, or at least that's my personal experience. One more impossible thing, I only use bangers for background music. Even if they get repeated occasionally from video to video, none of them are repeated per video, and of course, as I said, they're all bangers. Okay, but for a real one, I proved the absolute lowest amount of batarangs needed to beat Arkham Asylum, including saving the doctor in the gas room with just one. Except I didn't prove the lowest, as I already know a way I can improve in the future, meaning I will have to redo that video one day. And of course, it'll be the best video ever seen. Duh. Okay, that was dumb to say. Anyways, do look forward to it. Oh, and on the topic of Arkham Asylum, I beat the whole game without running, dodging, or countering in one playthrough. And yes, that includes Killer Croc chase sequence. It was so stupid. It was as stupid as you can imagine. I died a lot. Took over 40 minutes to finally beat the chase without running, and, of course, it was done live while chat was telling me that it was impossible and that I should give up. But since when did I give up on something that seems impossible? That's kind of the whole point of why I did this video. I literally do not give up if there is a sliver of hope that something is possible, and I will continue to do so. Okay, well I do give up sometimes, but that's after spending hours trying to do it over and over again while chat dies and I'm just left in thoughts all alone.
Select the gel. I was spamming the D-pad. You probably couldn't hear it. It's not over yet.
I don't want to spoil everything about all of my runs where I prove the impossible possible, so feel free to check them out. Also subscribe for more impossible things I'll pull off in the future. There's a reason this is titled Part 1. I've been Valstracuga. Thank you for watching this very boring video. Have a good day and a good night. Oh yeah, and follow me on Twitch, pretty please. I need more viewers there.